Alright, so I'm doing a challenge trying to platinum every single game inside of the Ubisoft Plus game catalog on PlayStation. And if I can't do it before we hit 690,000 subscribers on YouTube, then I have to tattoo the platinum logo somewhere on my body. So make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Alright, so The Division is the game today, and it's a very popular game that a lot of people love and have been asking me to do since the beginning of this challenge. It is also quite a hard game in terms of trophies, especially the online ones, because most people that still play The Division are either virgins or just children, but mostly the first one. The game has a total of 51 trophies inside with a time of 60 hours to complete and 5 different stages. Yup, this might be worse than the Monopoly game. Son of a bitch. Alright, so stage 1 is to just beat the story and get to level 30, which is the max, as fast as we possibly can. The game's plot is that it's Black Friday in New York and a deadly virus called the Green Poison is fully unleashed onto everyone, and it basically kills 95% of the population, leaving the rest of us to scavenge for survival and basically try our best to recreate civilization, even though everything has been left in ruin. It first opens with us waiting for 5 minutes straight for the game to load. Great servers, Ubisoft, great servers. We then get told what the Division is, and it's basically a secret military group of people who have signed up as a last resort when all else fails in terms of the apocalypse. And you have to answer regardless of your situation, even if the side chick hits you up. It does not matter. But then we actually get to play, and this first hour or so of gameplay is all tutorial nonsense, just introducing us into how the guns work, the gameplay in general, the safe house, armory, and a first initial mission. Yeah, you get the point. Once you finish all of that crap and head through this little checkpoint, we are off to Manhattan, which is where the game actually resides. Oh yeah, also a helicopter just crashed right in front of us, which is awesome. And then once another one showed up and took us away, the first trophy of the game popped. Now, as you all know, I've been trying to platinum basically all of the Ubisoft games for this challenge in the past few months, and I'm extremely happy to say that today's video is actually sponsored by Ubisoft's new game, Skull and Bones, that came out a little bit ago. Skull and Bones is an action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft Singapore and published by Ubisoft. It revolves around piracy and naval warfare, as we all know, hence the title. And the game is set inside of East Africa and Southeast Asia during the late 17th century, which is the peak of historical Golden Age piracy. Skull and Bones Season 2, by the way, just set sail on May 28th with tons of new content. And Season 2 brought many features and improvements requested by the community. In addition to new content, you can enter the perilous world of Skull and Bones to play by your own rules and rise from a nobody to become the most fearsome pirate kingpin in the land, all the while navigating a beautiful yet dangerous world. Skull and Bones is also 50% off right now on every single platform, so the time couldn't be better to strap in and get the grind going. Once more, thanks to Skull and Bones and Ubisoft for sponsoring this video. Anyways, once in Manhattan, all the story trophies gotten are from specific missions you do. And it's not every single mission that gives a trophy, but most of them do. And the first trophy I got here is from doing the Base of Operations mission, where you had to secure the base from enemies and then claim it for yourself. After taking out the enemies, we then take over the base, obviously, and this Base of Operations would indeed be the main place where we level up and upgrade things for the rest of the game. It also made us explore each part of it before the mission was truly over, and then this trophy popped. I then began a mission right next to it called Madison Field Hospital, which was our first real main story mission of the game. This mission consisted of us trying to recapture the hospital and save Dr. Jessica Candle, who is the medical upgrade skill tree area lady pretty much. Basically, we need her before we can upgrade anything relating to health skills and perks. And right after I secured the roof, getting rid of all the enemies in total, the trophy for that mission popped because it was the conclusion of it. I then got a trophy called the Engineer from saving a similar character in a similar situation. This time it was Paul Rhodes, who is the power or stamina leader, who has upgrades and skills and perks all tied to his faction of the Base of Operations. And this mission was all down in the subways against cleaners, who are men that all look identical. And they also cosplay as firefighters from the Fahrenheit 451 book. Now, when we say cleaners, not the Johnny Sins type, no.
Subscribe to Its Illusion?
They just burn everyone alive, so I guess we are speedrunning mass extinction now also. But yeah, it entirely consisted of us just cleaning them, as a matter of fact. And yeah, once we got past all the enemies in the mission, the trophy pops. My next mission was then about the last Base of Operations leader we are missing, that being Roy Benitez. He is the leader behind the security or defense faction and has upgrades, skills, and perks all tied to armor and defense pretty much. But before even finishing this mission, I got a trophy from using cover on a car door and shutting that door. Too bad the door actually didn't shut, so my immersion is now ruined. but I did get a trophy. This mission, by the way, was a tad bit different to the previous two in terms of us not really enforcing the attack. No, we actually just hid and got assaulted, as the game called it. But again, it was mostly just combat, and that's basically what every mission in this game is. You fight the whole time, and it's awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
So now that we have all 3 trophies from those first 3 missions, and also just the base of operations fully running, now the missions after are much more gold orientated. Like this next one where we had to search a burning library to find a sample of the original virus strain that could be helpful in us finding a cure, or at least starting to. And this also began the trend of us fighting a giant boss at the end. This will now happen in almost every mission that gives a trophy, so that's great. I'm not gonna lie, this fight made me hard. I mean, it was hard. I then went quite a few missions without getting a trophy, but that would all change when we finally decided to take action against these damn cleaners who were just murderers. And on the napalm production site mission, we got to barge into the cleaners' main base and kill their leader. I was totally underleveled for this, by the way, because speedrun or die, and this sucked. I did not have a fun time or do good at all. In fact, I died so many times, it just became insanity. But I do think it helped me shape as a man and become better in the future. Maybe now she will call me back. Just kidding, she definitely won't, but hey, look, a trophy. My next trophy gotten was then not a mission trophy, as a matter of fact. It was instead for just using and getting a kill with each of the 6 gun classes in the game. So yeah, there's that easy trophy. I then got another mission trophy after once I completed a mission where we had to raid and retake the Warren Gate power plant. This is because the enemies have inserted their little rat feet into the place and are not being so fair with the power distribution. So I had us just go in, kill everyone, turn on things, and leave joyfully with another trophy added to the massive collection. I then got a trophy from doing a mission where we had to raid the Lexington Event Center and take out the leader of the Rikers gang along with her minions. And oh my god, I was again underleveled because I pretty much was the entire game. But still, this final fight against her and the 2 bodyguards was literally the hardest thing I've had to do this entire game. I died so much it almost made me quit, and at one point I said to myself, I gotta leave and level up. But I didn't because I'm a stubborn asshole. It runs in the family, okay? It's not my fault. I did develop a strategy of killing them though, where I just hide and pop out to shoot them like twice and then run away and just repeat that over and over. It sounds simple, but it actually takes a lot of timing skill. Also, once you get rid of her minions, the actual lady's fight was super easy because the dumb hoe just runs the entire time. Like, she hardly stops to shoot you. It was great. I then got 2 trophies that weren't story, thank god. First, for getting a kill while a talent was active. Talents are just perks, by the way. I then got another from buying 2 specific upgrades in the base of operations. First was the pediatric care from the medical side, and second was the canine unit from the defense side. There was then quite a lame mission where we just had to restore some radio towers relayed to the JFT, which is what we call ourselves, by the way. It's basically just the good guys team. Sadly though, this mission still had insanely hard enemies, and mostly just because they launched like 5 gold ones at us at the same time, making it pretty hard to not get railed in the butt right away. So yeah, again, I struggled here. Mostly my fault for being underleveled, but I just like a challenge. What can I say? I'm not autistic. And then I think Jesus himself was looking down on me because one of my random PlayStation friends joined my lobby and was near max level in the game. So for the rest of these main story missions, I just got my ass carried. It was amazing. I also got a trophy from just being in a group with a teammate to start with. And then the next 3 trophies I got were all from the last 3 story missions where I was underleveled by over 3 levels at the end. But the homie was there literally holding my hand the entire time, carrying me to the end of the story. And I don't know what we really accomplished with the game's main mission ending aside from just taking out almost all of the enemy forces. That seems to be the only solution we really came to. So yeah, that is all the story trophies done. I then real quick did another lore trophy where you find out what happened to the crazy motherfucker who made the virus. His name was Amherst or something dumb. Kind of sounds like a history teacher. I don't know what's going on. But basically we just watched as another Chad took him out in an echo. So that was cool. I then continued on with side missions for quite some time, which aren't that bad overall and give loads of XP near the hard areas of the game. Also, I could crawl and climb up to max level, which is 30. And then I finally got it with the last stage 1 trophy added on top. So then I began what I call the random stage because I stopped looking at the stages and just went down my list of trophies since I like to do what I like to do. And the next trophy I got was from finding all the safe houses in the game, which cannot be done until like level 30 since the final one requires you to be max level to enter. Kind of racist, but whatever. I then got a full squad of people from my Discord server to join up who were all high leveled so we could get hard difficulty complete on every single mission in the game. This isn't really a challenge with a full squad of gamers like us, but damn, it still took like 4 or 5 hours to do and was quite the grind. On the way there though, I got a trophy for completing a mission on hard without anyone dying, and another from equipping all superior or high-end items on my character, making me the most lethal weapon since Joe Biden's pooping incident. I also healed or buffed teammates 50 times total during this, which I was going for the entire time, and then I modified 10 skills, deconstructed 100 items giving me resources which were very useful, and then an hour later finally got the complete all missions on hard trophy, which also was a double pop with completing 20 missions with other players. If that isn't the happiest ending ever, I don't want to know what else is. Right after the hard levels, I also threw us all into a challenge difficulty level, which low-key wasn't a challenge at all. It pretty much just felt like the hard mode, but hey, it's a trophy, so we did it. Shout out to the teammates once again for the carry. I love you all so much. I then got a trophy called Good with My Hands because your mother loves me. The boys and I then went back into some hard levels because another homie needed a few more for the trophy I just got. So while we were redoing some more, I also forced them to all die 20 times so I could revive people 20 times. However, we found a great method with some retarded boss enemies, so it went pretty fast. I then crafted a high-end item, which I wasn't even aware you could do until this trophy. I'm not sure if the game just never told me about the basement that has literally everything good in it, or if I'm just dumb. Me and the squad then began the Dark Zone trophy stage of the Platinum, which if you know a little bit about the division and this trophy list, this is by far the hardest part in terms of skill trophies, meaning you actually do have to be kind of good and high level to do them. However, the first two trophies gotten here are very simple and just require you to extract an item and a superior or high-end item. So yeah, that double pop made this look super easy, but the rest are not. We also did get harassed by some virgins that I was talking about earlier, but hey, that's totally fine, guys. Women are overrated anyway. Oh, the coping goes crazy. So yeah, to make the rogue agent trophies easier, which are the real hard part of this trophy list, you have to kill 20 real players in the Dark Zone. Damn near impossible unless you just have insane loot. So me and the boys made a deal with each other to just take each other out, and it worked. And I got both those rogue agent trophies with the assistance of me and the homies tanking our stats. GG, well played. I then took a break from the Dark Zone because me and the boys played for like 8 hours straight into 2 a.m. and it was just time to stop. No man should have to endure that much Ubisoft in a day. But I woke up the next morning and began a different grind for the base of operations because leveling it to 100% of the way takes insane amount of resources. And at this point, all the resource giving missions are gone, so you have to do encounters, which only give 60 per completion, and I needed like 1400 for every... And I needed like 1400 for every faction. So yeah, this took a long ass time, but I did get trophies on the way. First for getting 50 kills with the skills I had been using total. I chose to mostly use this grenade launcher gun because it was the easiest in my opinion. I then managed to upgrade one faction all the way for 1 trophy, and only 2 more to go. And those were actually the only other 2 trophies I got here, both from the base of operations upgrading, which overall took me I think 5 hours to do all of that. Actually disgusting, I want to die inside if I'm not already. I then returned to the Dark Zone with my last few trophies being from getting named kills and also extracting weapons in every extraction point from zones 1 to 6. First though, I got a named enemy kill right here for that trophy. Only 9 more to go for the other one. And at this point, 2 of the boys hopped back on the play and I ended up getting that extraction trophy right here after finally doing them all. I was a bit confused at first with it though because I thought it was just zones 1 to 6, but there's actually multiple points within each zone that I was unaware of. And yeah, that was basically it for the trophies here in the Dark Zone. The boys helped me a lot with name kills by distracting the enemy and other stuff. So here is that last enemy I needed for the 10 name kills along with a trophy pop from them. And now it's time for, in my personal opinion, the worst part of this Platinum trophy overall, the collectibles. Not only is there numerous collectible trophies, there is so many collectibles you need to get. I think the total is like 290 or something stupid. But this damn game is so big and spread out that finding some of these damn things is so hard. I almost tore my hair out doing it. And it's even worse now in 2024 because so many updates have been added to the original collectibles that they aren't even in the same places anymore, if they're at all. Meaning the very few guides this game did have for the collectibles are mostly useless. A few do still help a little bit, thankfully, but it's overall just a complete ass experience to do. It also took me another day of playing to get all of these, which is just insane and extremely detrimental to my mental health. Thankfully though, I was able to do it, and for a second there I was afraid that I wouldn't. But yeah, the very last trophy I needed was actually not a collectible. It was just from using the signature skill 100 times. And you must be wondering, how the hell is this my last trophy? Well, it's because the signature skill is only obtainable once you fully upgrade a faction of the base of operations, and I didn't do that till after the story. So I couldn't even begin this until very late into the game. Also, the recharge for this skill is like multiple minutes, and yeah, it's just bad. So as I am making this video, I'm just AFKing it right now, but eventually I think I'll get it, and there's the trophy along with the Platinum. So that was the Division Platinum trophy experience. Overall, the game was extremely fun. I loved it. It was honestly honestly a super original game and story that had that wonderful apocalypse vibe, and low-key reminded me a bit of Dying Light. So yeah, I gotta give this a solid 8 out of 10 game for the fun. But damn, the grind was real with this one. Anyways, that's basically it. Thank you all for the endless support in the videos. It means the absolute world, and I'll see you all in the next one.